The Power of Talk, Why Your Words Matter, and How to Speak So People Listen by Iyabo Bello. Narrated by Julie. Dedication to every quiet soul who thought their voice didn't matter. This book is for you. May you find your words and speak them boldly. Want to thank my family and loved ones who have always believed in me, even when I couldn't find my own voice. To my Iyabo and Mercy Elroi, teams, you've taught me that conversations can change businesses and lives. And to every mentor, coach, and listener who encouraged me to keep writing and speaking, thank you for seeing the power in my words when I couldn't. Table of Contents. Introduction. Why talking matters more than you think, why words shape lives, and why we often underestimate our own voice. Chapter 1. Everyone can talk, but not everyone has heard the difference between noise and meaningful conversation. Chapter 2. The Power of Voice. Understanding tone, delivery, and what makes a voice memorable. 3. Who gets heard. Why some voices command attention and others don't. Finding your own authority in speech. Chapter 4. Levels of conversation, from small talk to deep, transformative discussions. How to have conversations that matter. Chapter 5. Talking versus speaking. The difference between just talking and intentionally speaking, using speaking to influence, inspire, and lead. Chapter 6. Finding your own voice, overcoming fear, past silence, and self-doubt. Discovering your unique message and delivery style. Chapter 7. Building confidence to speak, overcoming hesitation and fear of judgment. The 30-day confidence challenge. Closing chapter. Your voice is the gift. Embracing your voice and continuing your speaking journey. Reflection journal and templates about the author. Introduction. The Power of Talk, Why Your Words Matter, and How to Speak So People Listen. It was 2:07 a.m. and I was sitting in my living room, typing words that had been sitting inside me for years. Words I often wanted to say but didn't. Conversations I rehearsed in my head but never voiced out loud. Why? Because for a long time I believed I was a quiet person, shy, reserved, the one who sits at the back of the room and hopes no one calls on them. But the truth is, I could talk. I just hadn't found the courage to use my voice or the confidence to believe it mattered. If you've ever felt like your words don't matter, that people talk over you, or that what you say isn't good enough, I wrote this book for you. Because here's the truth. Everyone can talk, but not everyone knows how to make words count. There is talking, and then there is talking that moves people. Talking that makes them stop scrolling, lean in, and listen. Talking that shifts rooms, shapes opportunities, and even changes lives. In these chapters, I'll share parts of my own story, from my early fear of praying out loud in church, to writing songs I never thought I'd sing, to running team meetings, and mentoring sessions where my voice now carries weight and impact. This is not just about public speaking. This is about finding your voice in every space: your home, your career, your faith, your dreams, and learning to use it well. Whether you're shy, introverted, or simply unsure how to communicate with confidence, this book will help you understand the difference between talking and speaking. Learn why some voices are heard and others are ignored. Build confidence to express yourself authentically. Discover how to turn ordinary conversations into powerful ones, because your words matter. And when you speak them with clarity, confidence, and purpose, people listen. Chapter 1. Talking versus speaking. Talking and speaking are often used interchangeably, but they're not the same thing. Talking is casual. It's the words we use every day without thinking. How are you? Did you eat? It's hot. Today, talking is easy. Everyone does it. But does everyone get heard? No. Speaking, on the other hand, is intentional. It's choosing your words, shaping them with purpose, and delivering them in a way that makes an impact. Speaking is the difference between noise and music. I used to think I was shy. In group settings, I preferred to keep quiet. But I've noticed something about myself. When I'm talking about something I love, my business, coaching, mentoring, I come alive. My words flow. My tone changes. I get lost in what I'm saying because it matters to me. It made me ask, was I ever truly shy, or did I just need the right stage? Maybe you felt that too. Maybe you're not quiet, you just haven't found your thing yet. That one topic that lights your fire. Reflection questions. When was the last time you felt deeply heard? Who was listening, and why did they listen? Do you consider yourself more of a talker or a speaker? Why? What topics make you come alive when you speak? Action steps. Find your topic. Write down 3 subjects you love so much that you could talk about them for 30 minutes without preparation. Intentional pause. Before your next conversation, stop and ask yourself, what's the purpose of what I'm about to say? Voice playback. Record a 1-minute voice note on any topic and listen to it. How does it sound? Don't judge, just observe. Exercise 30-second impact talk pick. One of your favorite topics. Speak on it for 30 seconds without stopping. Listen to your tone, clarity, and energy. Write down 1 strength and 1 area to improve. Do this every day for 5 days. Journal template. Today's reflection. What did I learn about myself today? Did I talk or speak more? How did people respond to my words? Notes. Chapter 2. The Power of Voice. Have you ever heard someone speak and thought, I could listen to them all day? It might be their tone, smooth, deep, or warm. Or maybe it's their energy and passion. Some voices just have power. For a long time, I didn't think my voice had that kind of power. In fact, I didn't like listening to it at all. I avoided recording myself, and when I finally started my weekly audiobook project for YouTube, I used an AI voice instead of mine. Why? Editing was easier, yes, but also because I was thinking, will people even want to listen to me? But here's the truth. Your voice doesn't have to be perfect to have power. It's not about sounding like a radio presenter or a famous singer. Power comes from presence, authenticity, and intention. When I speak to my IQK team about our mission, or mentor someone through Mercy Elroi, I notice something. People lean in. They're listening, not because my voice suddenly changed, but because I'm present, passionate, and purposeful. Your voice is unique. Whether it's soft, bold, high-pitched, or husky, it can carry power if your words have weight and your heart is behind them. Reflection questions. How do you feel about your own voice? Be honest. What moments make your voice stronger or weaker? When was the last time someone told you, I love how you said that? Action steps. Record yourself weekly. Choose 1 topic you love and record a short voice note every week. Listen and note 1 thing you liked. Voice warm-up before important conversations. Hum or say to relax your vocal cords and boost clarity. Speak from your heart. Next time you share something, focus on your feelings behind the words. Instead of how you sound, exercise find your power tone. Say the phrase, I believe in what I'm saying. First, say it in a low whisper. Then, say it in your normal voice. Finally, say it with passion, like you're convincing someone you love. Notice how your body and tone change. Which one felt the most powerful? Journal template. Today's reflection. How did I feel about my voice today? Did I feel heard or overlooked? Why? One positive thing I noticed about my voice. _notes. Chapter 3. Who gets heard? Everyone talks, but not everyone gets heard. Some people walk into a room, say one word, and everyone turns their heads. Others speak for minutes, and it feels like their words just disappear into thin air. Why is that? I used to wonder the same thing. For over a year after I gave my life to Christ, I couldn't pray out loud in our house fellowship. Not because I didn't want to, but because fear gripped me, fear of saying the wrong thing. Fear of how I would sound, fear of what others would think. But something changed when I started writing lyrics. I still remember rewriting a Destiny's Child song into a gospel version, For God So Loved the World, and singing it in church. It wasn't perfect, but people listened. Why? Because I was authentic, vulnerable, and sincere. Here's the truth. People listen when you speak from your authentic self. It's not about being loud, famous, or having the perfect voice. It's about trust, relevance, and connection. Some people are heard because of who they are, their character and reputation. Others are heard because of what they say. Their words have weight and meaning. The most powerful voices are those that combine both. Reflection questions: who in your life always gets heard when they speak? Why do you think that is? Think of a time when you wanted to be heard but weren't. What held you back? Are people listening to you now? If yes, why? If no, what might need to change? Action steps: observe and learn. Pick one person you admire as a speaker and study how they communicate. What do they do differently? Build trust. Choose one way to build credibility this week, for example, following through on a promise or speaking only when you've prepared. Speak authentically. Share one personal story in your next conversations, something real, not rehearsed. Exercise. The 1-minute honest talk. Pick one topic you feel emotional about: faith, family, work. Speak about it honestly for 1 minute without worrying about sounding good. Record and listen. Did you sound honest? Did your energy feel real? Journal template. Today's reflection: was I heard today? Why or why not did I hold back because of fear? One way I can build trust through my voice. _notes. Chapter 4. Levels of conversation. Not all conversations are created equal. Some are light and surface level, like how's the weather? Or did you see that new movie? Useful for connection, but not necessarily life-changing. Then there are deeper conversations, the kind that change perspectives, shift emotions, and sometimes even transform lives. I've experienced both. In Iyabo, we have casual talks about food trends or app updates necessary, yes, but then there are task force meetings, like one where we came together to help a team member in crisis. That day, the conversation shifted. It wasn't about deadlines or deliverables. It was about people, support, and care. The same happens during mentoring sessions with Mercy Elroi founders. At first, it's small talk. How's your business? How's life? But within minutes, we're talking about fears, dreams, and sometimes tears. That's when I see transformation. When conversation reaches the soul level. Conversations can happen on 3 levels. Surface talk, light and social safe, but not deep. Meaningful talk, focused and intentional about work, ideas, or problem solving. Transformational talk, vulnerable, raw, and impactful. The kind that lingers long after it ends. Here's the key. The more authentic and present you are, the faster you move up these levels. Reflection questions: when was the last time you had a transformational conversation? What made it different? Do you spend more time in surface talk or meaningful talk? Why? Which conversations energize you and which drain you? Action steps: upgrade one conversation. Take one casual chat this week and go one level deeper. Ask one meaningful question or share one authentic thought. Listen actively. Focus more on listening than responding. Sometimes the deepest connections come from silence and presence. Create safe spaces. If you lead a team or family, make room for open, honest dialogue where people feel heard and supported. Exercise conversation. Ladder: think about your last 5 conversations. Which ones were surface? Which ones were meaningful? Which ones were transformational? Write down one step you could take to move your next conversation one level deeper. Journal. Template reflection. Which level of conversation did I have today? How did it make me feel? What can I do tomorrow to deepen one conversation? Notes. Chapter 4. Levels of conversation. Not all conversations are created equal. Some are light and surface level, like how's the weather? Or did you see that new movie? Useful for connection, but not necessarily life-changing. Then there are deeper conversations, the kind that change perspectives, shift emotions, and sometimes even transform lives. I've experienced both. In Iyabo, we have casual talks about food trends or app updates necessary. Yes, but then there are task force meetings, like one where we came together to help a team member in crisis. That day, the conversation shifted. It wasn't about deadlines or deliverables. It was about people, support, and care. The same happens during mentoring sessions with Mercy Elroi founders. At first, it's small talk. How's your business? How's life? But within minutes, we're talking about fears, dreams, and sometimes tears. That's when I see transformation. When conversation reaches the soul level, conversations can happen on 3 levels. Surface talk, light and social safe, but not deep. Meaningful talk, focused and intentional about work, ideas, or problem solving. Transformational talk, vulnerable, raw, and impactful, the kind that lingers long after it ends. Here's the key: the more authentic and present you are, the faster you move up these levels. Reflection questions: when was the last time you had a transformational conversation? What made it different? Do you spend more time in surface talk or meaningful talk? Why? Which conversations energize you and which drain you? Action steps: upgrade one conversation. Take one casual chat this week and go one level deeper. Ask one meaningful question or share one authentic thought. Listen actively. Focus more on listening than responding. Sometimes the deepest connections come from silence and presence. Create safe spaces. If you lead a team or family, make room for open, honest dialogue where people feel heard and supported. Exercise conversation. Ladder: think about your last 5 conversations. Which ones were surface? Which ones were meaningful? Which ones were transformational? Write down one step you could take to move your next conversation one level deeper. Journal. Template today's reflection. Which level of conversation did I have today? How did it make me feel? What can I do tomorrow to deepen one conversation? Notes. Chapter 5. Talking versus speaking. Everybody talks. Talking is natural, it's how we communicate every day. But speaking is deliberate. Speaking is intentional. Speaking carries weight and leaves an imprint on those who hear it. I realized this difference in my own journey. For a long time, I thought I was quiet, even shy. But when I speak about Iyabo or mentor founders through Mercy Elroi, something shifts. I am not just talking, I'm speaking. I'm drawing from experience, passion, and purpose. When I'm coaching, I notice something interesting. People lean in. They're not just hearing words, they're listening. Why? Because my speaking comes from a place of conviction and clarity. Talking can fill silence. Speaking can fill hearts. Talking can pass time. Speaking can move people to action. Talking can share opinions. Speaking can inspire change. How to move from talking to speaking. Clarity of purpose. Know why you're speaking. Even in small conversations, clarity changes tone, passion. Speak from what you believe, not just what you know. Connection. Look at the person, feel the moment, and speak to their humanity, not just their ears. Reflection questions. Do people simply hear you, or do they feel what you're saying? What topics make you shift from talking to truly speaking? Who in your life has that effect on you? What do they do differently? Action steps. Choose one message. This week, identify one thing you truly care about and intentionally speak about it to one person. Notice the difference in how you feel and how they respond. Practice storytelling. Choose one experience from your life, like a challenge or win, and share it as a short, clear story. Watch how it impacts others. Ask for feedback. After a key conversation, ask, did that resonate with you? Listen to how your words are received. Exercise talking versus speaking, or to think. Of 3 recent conversations, were you just talking? Filling space, casual? Were you speaking intentional, with a clear message? Write down what made the difference in each. Journal. Template today's reflection. What topic made me shift from talking to speaking? How did people respond when I spoke with intention? What one thing can I do tomorrow to speak more and talk less? Notes. Chapter 6. Finding your own voice. For more than a year, I sat in house fellowship, unable to open my mouth to pray. I wanted to. I thought about the right words, the perfect way to say them, but fear wrapped itself around my voice like a chain. What if I said the wrong thing? What if people judged me? What if my words didn't sound holy enough? So I stayed silent. Then one day, something shifted. We were preparing for an event, and I was asked to write lyrics for a song. I rewrote a Destiny's Child track into a worship song, For God So Loved the World. And for the first time, I sang it. Was I still scared? Yes. Did I think people would judge me? Absolutely. But I sang it anyway. And at that moment I realized something powerful. Finding your voice isn't about perfect words. It's about expressing who you are and what you carry. Years later, I would speak effortlessly to my ICOK team and coach founders at Mercy Elroi. The same woman who once couldn't pray out loud now speaks, teaches, and inspires. Your voice is unique. It carries your history, your passion, your personality. Finding it is not about sounding like someone else. It's about embracing the voice that's already yours. How to find your voice. Start where you are. You don't have to give a TED Talk. To use your voice, start with small, safe conversations. Remove the weight of perfection. The best voices are not perfect. They are authentic. Practice with passion. Speak about what you love, your business, your craft, your values. That passion makes your voice stronger. Face the fear. Courage is not the absence of fear, but moving forward. Despite it, reflection questions. What fears keep you from fully using your voice? When was the last time you expressed something deeply important to you? How did it feel? What topics make you lose track of time when you speak? Action steps. Voice note practice. Record yourself speaking about something you care about for 2 minutes. Play it back and listen, not to judge, but to hear your growth. One safe space. Find one safe person or space, a friend, journal, club, or online community, and share something you've been holding back. Signature story. Write one personal story that represents "You like my prayer to" song moment. This becomes your signature voice story. Exercise voice map. Draw a simple diagram with 3 circles. What I love talking about, what people ask me about, what I have experience in. Where all 3 meet, you'll find the sweet spot of your voice. Journal template. Today's reflection. What silence am I ready to break? What would I say if I knew I wouldn't be judged? How can I practice using my voice this week? Notes. Chapter 7. Building confidence. To speak for over a year, I wrote an audiobook every week and posted it on YouTube. But instead of using my own voice, I used an AI-generated one. Why? Because it felt safe. I didn't have to worry about timing, editing, or even the sound of my own voice. Truth be told, I've never been comfortable listening to myself. Hearing my voice played back used to feel like listening to a stranger. Maybe you know that feeling. But the truth is, confidence is built through use, not through hiding. When you avoid using your voice, you delay your growth. When you speak, even when afraid, you build a bridge to confidence. What confidence in speaking looks like clarity over perfection. You don't need to sound like a news anchor to be understood. Consistency builds comfort. The more you speak, the easier it becomes. Feedback is your friend. Instead of fearing judgment, use it to improve. Identity first. Confidence grows when your voice matches your values and who you are. My turning point. The moment I decided to start using my real voice for short mentoring sessions changed everything. My clients didn't care about the perfection of my tone. They cared about my message. And I learned something crucial. Your voice is enough. Reflection questions. What holds you back from using your natural voice? Have you ever avoided speaking because you felt not ready? What happened? Whose voice inspires you? And why? Action. Steps. Write one thing. This week, record one message using your own voice, something small and simple. Seek feedback. Share it with one safe person and ask what they liked most. Celebrate small wins. Every time you speak up, even briefly, write it down and celebrate it. Exercise confidence. Scale. Rate yourself 110 in these areas. Comfort with my voice, willingness to speak up, ability to express my ideas clearly, conscience. In front of small groups, confidence. In front of large groups, work on one area each week and track your growth. Journal template. Today's reflection. What voice fear am I releasing today? Where can I practice using my voice this week? What does confidence look like for me? Notes. 30-day voice confidence challenge goal. To increase your confidence and comfort in speaking through small, daily steps. Week 1. Find your voice. Day 1. Record yourself reading a short paragraph. Don't play it back yet. Day 2. Play back yesterday's recording. Write down 3 things you like about your voice. Day 3. Share your voice recording with one trusted person. Day 4. Say one affirmation out loud every morning. My voice has value. Day 5. Talk to yourself in the mirror for 2 minutes on any topic. Day 6. Record a voice note about something you love doing. Day 7. Reflect. How did your confidence shift this week? Week 2. Speak up. Day 8. Speak in one group setting, meeting, family, community. Day 9. Give one compliment using your voice, not text. Day 10. Record your opinion about a trending topic and save it. Day 11. Share one voice note online or in a group chat. Day 12. Read a page from your favorite book out loud. Day 13. Ask one thoughtful question in a conversation. Day 14. Reflect what felt easiest to say. Week 3. Find your style. Day 15. Pick one topic you love and talk about it for 3 minutes. Day 16. Watch one TED Talk and note what you like about the speaker's voice. Day 17. Practice your own mini TED Talk 1 minute on a favorite topic. Day 18. Record and listen to your talk. Write down one thing to improve. Day 19. Share that talk with one friend. Day 20. Give one public voice contribution: Zoom, WhatsApp group, or meeting. Day 21. Reflect what unique style is emerging in your voice. Week 4. Own your voice. Day 22. Create one voice affirmation recording for yourself. Day 23. Record your signature story, for example, my song lyric story. Day 24. Share your story online or with someone. New. Day 25. Volunteer to speak, meeting, church, or event. Day 26. Teach one person something you know well using your voice. Day 27. Reflect on one compliment you received about your voice or delivery. Day 28. Re-record your Day 1 paragraph. Notice the difference. Day 29. Celebrate one big confidence win. Journal it. Day 30. Share what you've learned from this journey with someone who needs encouragement. Result: by the end of these 30 days, your voice will not only feel stronger, but also more authentically yours. Closing chapter. Your voice is the gift of. There's one thing you take away from this book. It's this: your voice is a gift, and it was never meant to stay hidden. For years, I struggled to hear my own voice. Literally, I hated listening to my own recordings. Even when I started creating weekly audiobook content for YouTube, I used AI voices because I didn't want to deal with hearing myself, editing myself, or fearing what people might think. But here's what I've learned. People don't connect with perfection, they connect with presence. When you speak, your voice carries your heart, your truth, your story. That can't be automated. That can't be replicated. That can't be silenced. So, as you finish this book, I want you to remember 3 things. Your words matter more than you think. Your voice doesn't have to be perfect to be powerful. You already have what it takes. You just need to use it. What's next? Your journey doesn't stop here. You now have the tools, reflections, and exercises to grow your confidence. And a 30-day challenge, designed to help you practice what you've learned. So here's my invitation. Step into your voice. Use it in conversations, in meetings, in prayer, in the places that scare you most. Because when you find your voice, you give others permission to find theirs too. The world is waiting to hear you. Now, go and talk. Reflection journal prompts. Take 10 to 15 minutes to write honestly. These questions are designed to help you process what you've learned and prepare for your next steps. What was your biggest aha moment from this book? How has your perception of your own voice changed since reading these chapters? What conversations do you now feel ready to have that you avoided before? What are 3 settings or relationships where you want to speak up more confidently? What one belief about your voice do you need to let go of today? How will you remind yourself daily that your words matter? About the author Iyabo Bello is an entrepreneur, coach, and mentor dedicated to helping people find their voice, literally and figuratively. As the founder of Iyabo and Mercy Elroi, she has led transformative conversations in business, coaching, and personal growth. Iyabo is passionate about empowering individuals to communicate confidently, knowing their words carry power. She believes that everyone has something valuable to say, and helps others turn quiet thoughts into powerful conversations that create impact. When she's not writing or mentoring, Iyabo can be found speaking with her teams, coaching entrepreneurs, or dreaming up new ways to inspire confidence in others. A personal note: this book was written from my living room at 2:07 a.m. on December 28th, 2024. At this very moment, I am smiling, because somewhere out there, someone needs to hear this. Your voice is powerful, your words matter, and the world is waiting for you to speak.